Oh my gosh, Devember is over. We're in 2021. I don't even know how this has happened. It's crazy. We're all back to work, right? And everything is completely different this year. No, everything's pretty much the same.
So this was not easy to judge. I think we expected it to be easier than it was. It was also clearly not easy to meet the level of ambition that some of you chose. Because some of you fell to the wayside.
Also, documentation and everything else. So if you haven't been keeping up, we did a contest with Linode, and we hosted a Minecraft server, and we did development. So this video is about the development entrance, and we don't have time to go through every single entry in this video. You should check out the thread. There's a link to it in the description below. There's a lot of really awesome projects. Most of them are on GitHub or GitLab. Most of them are open source.
Now, in terms of judging, I have to say, after we rounded everything up and looked at them, the number one factor turned out to be basically completion.
Yeah, and documentation, and like making it easy on us to judge it.
And if you're somebody sitting back and saying, "Hey, wait a minute, my project is it's done and it's perfect," but if you didn't post in your thread, then
I didn't tag it hashtag Devember 2020. It's like your boss couldn't find your work. I'm sorry. Now, one of the things about Devember really is it's for you. It's not for us. It's for you. And some of you embrace that with your projects, doing things that were more for you than really sort of fit what we were looking for Devember. Like you wanted to take up a new skill. A couple of people just said, I'm going to learn how to use Go or Rust or something like that. And you had a Hello World Go program. Good for you. Good job. That's what it's about.
But it's not going to win a prize. So here's how we're doing the prize judging. We are actually going to share the prize pool. If you want to go and look at the thread, the prize pool is on there. We're going to share that prize pool between the Devember programming contest and the Devember Minecraft contest. Now, number one grand prize in Devember programming is the ultimate grand prize. That person will choose any of the items from the prize pool. Well, they're probably going to go for the CPU.
They might go for the Linode credits.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
The Linode credits are by far the most valuable thing in this.
If you need Linode credits, it's 6 months, right?
Yeah.
So a free 6 months of Linode, especially if your project used it.
That nice tier of Linode.
You're going to love that one. Maybe you already have too much Linode credit. I don't know why you would. So you can choose other things. And then from there, we will jump over to the Minecraft number one winner. The Minecraft number one winner will select a prize. I will go on from there. You will be contacted when it is your turn. So make sure that you're paying attention on the forum.
Yeah, you're going to be messaged through the forum. So that's how it's going to go. But we picked about 7 or 8 winners on the Devember thread that we're going to announce right now, in addition to the grand prize winner. And
but first, we do have some honorable mentions. Now, these are projects that we thought were good and they fit well with Devember, but either they didn't show enough progress or they just
or we just didn't like it. We're arbitrary.
The level of effort did not match the winners.
Or just, there's so many good winners here. We don't want to, don't take it as a negative. Take it as a positive.
So first, honorable mention.
Blind Arch updates for more desktop environments and bash scripted glory. So check out this project. It's like a little over a year ago, a blind user reached out to me to help him fix taking the Arch distro. So installing Arch for the blind. This is a very honorable and noble cause. Good work. Seems like you made progress if you haven't completed the project. So nicely done.
Tough for us to relate to and test and determine if it's good or not. I mean, I guess we could just close our eyes, but an excellent effort, but just didn't live up to the big dogs here. Second up, we have another one, and again, some of these were thrown in because they stated a goal, and they either got pretty close to it or they completed it, and that in itself is a win here, or at least an honorable mention.
Gift exchange system for Devember 2020. It's like the idea, a gift exchange system. It's a Vue.js front end and a Go back end. Nicely done. Good job. This is exactly the kind of project to keep yourself busy during Devember, which we actually started a little early.
And next up in our honorable mentions is the Cactus Comments project.
Cactus Comments, web comments powered by Matrix. Again, this is a really ambitious project. There's a lot going on here, but they actually did make some progress. So, good work.
Not what I would call complete.
Yeah, documentation. This one might have actually done really well. This might have been actually a top 5 with more documentation and examples and like live web pages and stuff like that. And it could also be that we're just idiots and we just missed it, but we tried.
And then some of the honorable mention pool comes down to low ambition. Well, no, we can't excuse this one of being low ambition. This one was just like noped out immediately, basically.
Volcanic Scython Net. It's like, this is a really good idea for a project, and then you click the GitHub link. It's hello world.
Yes.
That happens. It happens to the best of us. I put that in there because it's like, don't feel bad. You know, you did your best.
And we don't know what happened during their holiday season. Could have been something terrible.
I'm sorry if it was something terrible. Maybe we'll send you a mug. If it was something terrible, let me know.
But when it comes to knocking it out of the park, the Pee-wee Park, the low ambition but fully completed projects, you got to be thrown into the honorable mention bin for that one.
Easy Discord bot server generation. So this looks like, I don't know if I'm being too harsh here, but this looks like it was a cloned Git repo with some really minor changes. And you can actually get up and running pretty quickly with this if you want to build a Discord bot. I didn't know. And so you want to look at it, put it together, whatever. So, I mean, it's kind of what they stated, but it seems like there's a lot of code here, not from a Devember project. But it might help other people, so honorable mention.
And again, if anything's left over,
maybe
that'll be the first, like, okay, we have this left over. You know, We'll send you some packing materials.
Do you want a Flash book now that they've retired Flash? Because otherwise it's going into Shredder.
And so now for the top 8, starting at number 8. Now these are the guaranteed prizes. These are people who will be choosing from the prize pool. And number 8.
PC controls via Mosquito, MQPC. This seems like, again, there's a little bit of a cloning of a repo that probably pre-existed and some stuff that's maybe outside of Devember, but it seems to be a pretty reasonable and complete project. I'm just getting into Mosquito myself. Ryan did the video on, taking over your home alarm system. That's some good learnings there that can be combined with this project.
There's also, they posted some screenshots in here and, kept it up to date. Talked about their design thing. That's the kind of thing you want to see in Devember for sure.
Yeah. So when we contact you, you better be able to respond within, 24 hours if you want to be whatever. But they're not a grand prize winner. They're just.
If we ask you to change a file in that repo to prove it's yours, you better be ready to do that too.
Yeah. We definitely have that in an upcoming project.
If anybody fails that, they will fall out, and the next person will roll up into their spot in the prize claim.
Yep.
And we had a couple of YouTube-related ones. These were a little bit lower ambition, lower effort, but they did complete them. And they do work.
Yeah. YouTube subscriptions player. My idea of a YouTube player done in Bash/HTML. 3 components, like get the thing and display it and whatever. You can actually tie this in with Plex. So like if you follow this project, there was some pretty cool stuff here. I don't know. Not super complicated, but it is complete and documented, which is awesome.
This one you could describe as perhaps low-effort pandering.
Definitely pandering.
But it is complete, and they did document what they did, and it does work, and you don't even have to run it yourself. You can just watch the video to see what the result was.
This one is a level 1 pro tip supercut with YouTube DL. So every time we say pro tip something or other, he searched the transcripts and found it. He or she, I'm assuming gender, I'm sorry. So yeah, pandering, definitely pandering. You'll probably get a mug or something. Like, you'll probably get like the $25 gift card from the store or something like that.
There might be some decent prizes left at that tier.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. And another one that, again, this was someone who did something more functional. This was not an outrageous technological advancement, but it is complete. It looks okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to get Krista's input on the design here, but I forgot to. But
well.
It's not a bad-looking website.
No. Creating a website that sells prints. Dernos tackles CSS. So this looks like a good and complete project. I don't really have a sense of how much of this was done before and how much of this was done for Devember, but there were a lot of thread updates. So a lot of effort was put in, at least in trying to engage with the Level 1 community, and so it shall be rewarded.
And you can go and visit the site and look at it. I don't know if they set up a payment processor. That is part of the work.
They've been canceled by Visa. Oh, you're participating with those people. Oh, yeah.
And another YouTube-related app. Then now we're getting into the top 4. These are people who are going to get pretty decent prizes.
Self-hosted clip sharing web app. So this is like Twitch clips, but you can self-host it. So uploading to YouTube or streamable takes a long time and blah blah blah, Dropbox, etc. etc. So people in the community played with it. It seems good. I need to spend a little bit more time with it, but it was well updated. It was got kind of a late start considering, but all in all, not bad. And again, this one seems like some of the code pre-existed Devember maybe, but maybe not. I don't know.
And now into the top 3. Now these 3 are, I don't know if you would call them complete projects, but they all set out a goal and pretty much met it.
Yep.
And they have something that we can immediately look at and say, okay, I understand what they did there. And in these cases, it's pretty impressive.
This one is an audio looper from Sax. It's like, I'm creating a music looper as a web page. You can go play with it. It is horrifying. It makes horrifying sounds. It's really just like, I'm not a musical person, but it's like a cat being run over in my ears.
I don't. I also don't know enough about music that I don't have pitch ears. I can't tell if these chords are correct or not. The tones. I'm gonna assume that they are.
This is one of the ones where there's not enough information here for us to verify this. You're gonna have to upload a text file to this website to show that you made it.
But
if you want to win,
we can take a quick look at it here. Except. It doesn't work in this browser.
No.
Edit that part out.
No, I think we could leave it in. That's kind of funny.
Oh, here we go. I've clicked the wrong link.
No, drag your mouse horribly.
Let's make sure that do we have
I don't know if we've got desktop capture or not.
We might have turned that off. Oh, there it is. It's redlining.
Someone's cat has run away in fear.
So, yeah, that's a decent amount of work. I don't know if it would be helpful to musicians or not, but maybe. Let us know in the comments.
Are you a musician? Let us know in the comments. But that one, you're gonna have to reply to my thing. I posted a day ago at the time that we're filming this, and no response. That's not good.
Can lose your spot in the prize pool so fast.
So fast.
And then we actually Linode was not just a sponsor here. They actually checked this stuff out, and they told us that they liked certain ones. We took that into consideration. I think this was their favorite, right?
Yes.
One of their favorites for sure.
Yeah.
And this was I'd say these next 2 were a combination of ambition and actually getting something done.
Yeah. Brawl AI. Cockfights for AI. A way to better capture AI for computer games.
You gonna let the algorithm hear that?
Oh yeah, that's not good. Well, hopefully it's already, the damage is done. I don't know. So yeah, chicken fighting. Rooster fighting. Yeah. The only thing I could think of, like, looking at this project was, remember CryptoKitties? A lot of people made a lot of money from CryptoKitties.
Well, this is more about, it's not actually simulating the roosters per se.
Yeah.
It's more about taking AIs and determining, it's like a discriminator function for AI, determining which one is better for gaming.
Yeah. Neat.
Useful. We're definitely going to see more impressive AIs in gaming.
It was also one of the more popular threads on the forum too, which kind of factored in. I mean, personally, I find that kind of thing a little distasteful, but
What, you mean rooster fighting?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's simulated.
Well, but I mean, it's like, it's just.
No AIs were harmed in the making of this.
No AI was programmed to feel pain. Why was I made to feel pain?
And finally, number 1. Now, this one, I think it was, everybody agreed this was the best one. This is, and I like also that they set out the scope of their project to be pretty realistic in the beginning.
Yep.
Because I was like, hey, I'm going to try to recreate this thing that has taken, what's it been, like 15 years so far? Dwarf Fortress has been in development.
Yeah.
And so Engel decided to try to make his version of Dwarf Fortress and give it more of a GUI and, a mouse control type of thing. And you can watch the video, and he got pretty far.
Yeah.
I mean, it is functional.
My project for this Devember is Civ Sim, a colony builder management type game. The goals are procedural world generation, at least one citizen for the colony with basic needs, a basic job system, mining, hauling, forging, farming workshops, and a basic crafting system. And he did it. Or she.
we'll just check out.
And the project was consistently updated throughout the lifetime of Devember. The repo was pretty good. There's a lot of cool stuff in the video. It's a really pretty well done project.
Procedural generation of this map, and then you can see the GUI system here where they're assigning work, and these little dots are the little people. Obviously no assets yet, but what can you expect?
Now remember, if anybody cheated and you want to rat them out, let us know. But this seems really good.
Yeah, and also another great thing about this entry is the vlogging.
Yeah.
So he let us follow along and talked about exactly what he was doing. It was very easy to follow this project.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of you failed to understand that we don't have time to read your source code.
We had like 100 submissions. It was a lot. And there was a lot of submissions in Minecraft. This was very successful. Our community is awesome. Thank you for all of your submissions. We spent about 20 or 25 hours each going through the Minecraft projects and the Devember projects. It was a crazy amount of time.
Yeah, I think one of the surprising things about Devember was the amount of time some people spent on it.
Yeah.
You guys really had a lot of free time.
Hopefully the job prospects are better. I mean, some of these projects definitely you should put on your GitHub. Like if somebody sees a project like this and sees this level of documentation and you're not currently employed, you're going to get a job. No problem.
Now, some projects are simply discounted not because of their quality or level of completeness, but because it didn't seem fair for us to let the forum moderators win prizes.
Yeah, the forum moderators at Level 1 participated. Sergeant Awesome Sauce and Dynamic Gravity were working on an open source ticketing system, like ticketing help desk kind of stuff, and it made a lot of progress. You should check that out. That's a project that I'm going to follow. I mean, who doesn't run a small IT business on our channel and it's like, oh, I need a good ticketing system. They're all crap. Well, they're working on one that seems like it's going to be less crap, so that's good.
So we'll be in contact with Engel. And Krista is going to announce the winners of the Minecraft version of the contest. And depending on what Engel picks, the rest of you will get contacted afterwards, and you will get the leftovers.
Woo! We do have a pretty big prize pool. What I've posted is only mostly complete. There's a few other prizes there.
Well, we talked about the Linode credit is monetarily. That's the big one. We got the Ryzen processor and motherboard combo, right? Yeah,
we have a Threadripper, a 12-core Threadripper and motherboard combo. We have a Ryzen 3600 processor. That's its own thing. I mean, we could do a bundle too. Ryzen 3600 processor, some X470 motherboards. There's an i5 6-core motherboard and processor. It's just random stuff that we have laying around the office. There's 3 video cards, I think. 3 video cards that are decent. I mean, it's like a 5700, 5600 XT up to, I think, a 2070.
Now, if you are someone who has won or ranked high and you say to yourself, I'm already just drowning in hardware and I don't need the Linode credit for whatever reason, we will also give you the option of throwing you a store item if you would prefer to have that.
Yeah. We'll make up the gaps at probably the lower end too with like stuff from the store. It's like you get a credit card or a gift card to the store. So exciting. But Engel and somebody else from the Minecraft server are the grand prize winners, and the rest of you will trickle out in messaging on the forum. So look for that.
So congratulations, Engel. Nice project. I hope he sticks with it. I'd like to see more of this.
Yeah, next Devember is like, oh look, we're taking over Dwarf Fortress.
If this ever makes it to like a production game, I expect to be in the credits.
Well, thank you all for participating. It's been really awesome. There's a lot of projects we did not talk about, but that doesn't mean that they're not awesome.
And thanks, Linode. Linode not only provided some of the prize money and sponsored this thing, but they also provided the hosting for the Minecraft server.
Yeah, thank you, Linode. I think our affiliate link thing, whatever, is still good. If you want to check out Linode, if you missed the contest but you still want to check out Linode and get some free Linode credits to just take their service for a spin, there's a link for that below. You should check that out. They've got everything from Amazon S3 alike, object hosting to full virtual machine hosting to pretty much everything in between. They've got some great tutorials you should check out. So, big thanks to Linode for making this happen. See you in the next one.
Maybe next year.